first time in the garden in about a week and a half. We had one nice day when I went to the Chatsworth Garden Show, but it still rained here at home, but I managed to get most of the day, and I think it started to rain about 4ish or something, so we had a nice day. But it's been absolute torrential rain, and not far from us, into Lincolnshire, an area that we know well because we holiday that way. Saltfleet is in a right mess, floods everywhere, so I feel sorry for them. We go through Saltfleet and around that area a lot when we go on holiday, because it's quite close. It's the nearest beach. We've got a helicopter. Sorry if you have helicopter noise in the background. But yeah, so the garden has just been left to itself to get absolutely drowned. Most of the plants have survived perfectly well. The only thing that's not really liked it's the zinnias, and they're starting to like rot off. But if they completely die, I'll just put something else in that pot. Not a problem. So I'll show you what I've been buying when I went to Chatsworth. I've got them here. I've got a project. Oops, I'm dripping water all over everywhere. I could do with my glasses really. I'll have to go and fetch my glasses so I can read the labels. I've got a project for an area that is too small really to do anything, but will grow weeds. So if I put that there. So I've got an area that runs about like this, down the fence, before the slabs. So, and I'm sorry if you suddenly gone like that, the table suddenly moved. But anyway, so I went looking for ground cover plants. I'd already bought some of these pink Chinks thyme. There we are. So I'd already got 1 or 2 of those in, I'd showed you. So I bought some more of those. And then I bought quite a few of this chamomile. It's a low growing chamomile. What does it say? Got too much muck on this. Height 2.5 centimetres, so it's not going to grow very tall, which is what I want. And it does say that you can use it as a grass. And I've got a Flinny. Hello Flinny, what you doing? Come to see what I'm up to? No, that's a good boy. So you could use this as a grass and you can walk on it. I mean, not like a normal lawn, but you know what I mean, you can put it in round slabs and stuff, and if you walk on it, it don't kill it. It's very, very tough. So I bought quite a few of those. Get a bit closer and show you. There we are. And this one, I really like this one. This one grows a little bit taller, but this needs to be in full sun. So this is going to go further down near the house. And this is called Lemon Fizz. It's a Santolina. So I quite like that. And if I show you the label, it's got little white ball tufty flowers on it. I hope you can see that. So they've only got one left. So my friend Jo really liked it, so I'm going to have to take a cutting for her when it gets going. So the new project down the side of the fence, and if you watch my channel last year, so for those of you that's been with me a long time, you'll know I lost a hedge in all the heat, and we've took it out now because it was completely dead, and I'm going to have a trellis there and grow my roses, because I've lost all my roses with having to put the new fence in. They was all tangled up in the ivy that we were trying to get rid of. So again, for those of you that's followed me for quite a long time, you'll know all about the ivy. And You'll have to excuse me. I've got a terrible cold. So the trellis is going to hold the new roses that I buy, so that's the next thing, to get the trellis up and the new roses. We've got rid of most of the rubble from the old flower beds. Let me put this down, it's dripping. I can't get, there we are. So we're really close to finishing that area, and then I might have a nice new table and chairs next year for that area. Hey Flinny, what's the matter? Is Mummy neglecting you? Eh? Poor boy. So back to these. This one is a hardy perennial dwarf. It's Trump or something like that. It's a very weird long name. I'll have to put some of these names on the bottom of the screen for you, because I don't know whether you're able to see that. So I'll put a name below as I'm showing you when I edit. And this has got little tiny flowers, look, little tiny flowers. There we are, pink flowers. So another one for that area. And let's put that back there out of the way of you, because you tend to take the top of the flowers off, don't you, Flinny? Yes, you do. Snowdrift, this is called. This is a thyme as well, but it's it grows a thick patch, and then at the edges you get all these little thin fronds. There we are, with a nice little flower on. So I've got to look after this because I've only got one of these as well. So, and then another spreading plant that's a bit taller. Is this one? Bee friendly. Doesn't actually say what it is. Can't see a name on it. But my neighbour's got these in her garden, and they spread, and I think they're really, really pretty. So this one will go down the bottom end again with this pink fizz round the bottom of the roses, because when I'm climbing roses they're going to go up, so all the ground at the bottom, you want something really to hide the bottom of the roses that aren't very pretty. So that's the idea. So that is the next project in the garden, besides clearing up and sorting out my summer house. I've got that much stuff stored in there over the winter. I need to go and sort it all out and get my summer house sorted. So I'll give you a little bit of a tour round and show you the plants, show you that they've not all succumbed to the nasty weather. And oh, they've even got a bit of sun now. This is good. And then I'll take you in the tunnels and show you what's been happening in the tunnels. My aubergines have had a bit of an infestation, and a whitefly. Again, I've sprayed them 4 times already. The peppers, they've been attacking the peppers as well. So I keep spraying them. I can't do much more, can I? But we'll just keep persevering. What's with you? Eh? You just want some fuss. You just want some loving, do you? You just want some kisses. Kisses. You do. Kisses. Mwah. Yes, good kisses. Give some cuddles. Mwah. The people can't see you. They're facing the wrong way. Turn around and say hello. Turn around. Come here. Go turn around to the camera. Well, you're a pain, aren't you? You're a pain. Just want to block, don't you? Block the camera so they can't see me and just see your back. They don't want to see your back. They want to see your face. I know. Kisses. Yes, kisses. Right. come on, turn around. Come here, come here. Can I have bum this way? There we are. Pause. Pause up. Pause up and say hello. Say, morning everyone. There you are. Say hello, Flinny. There's a good boy. Yes, he is. He's a good boy. Yes, he's a good boy. Go on then. And don't eat any of my plants on the way. Hey, behave yourself. We've had to hide this one, haven't we? My grass, back here. We've had to put it out your way. You keep eating it, don't you, you rascal? Right, let's go and get on that tour before I sit and play with this dog for the rest of the morning. Hey. Well, before we go on my tour, I'll just show you. I bought these at the Chatsworth show. I've put them behind my seat. The metal lilies. Thought they were quite nice. Thought they'd make this corner look a bit pretty. All the hanging baskets and everything's doing all right. Just need to come and do some deadheading. My new heart lamp lights have survived all the rain. Oh, look up there. My purple clematis is out. I don't know if I can get close enough for you to show you. Look like they've been a bit battered by the weather. That one looks a bit battered, but some more up there. It's looking all right. All my mint's doing fine. My lemon balm, I'm going to make myself a lemon and honey drink this afternoon for my poor throat. My pineapple mint, my other mints are doing fine down there. It's awkward to get to, but they're all happy. So we have a fuchsia. That's a variegated fuchsia. You can see this. I can't remember what colour it is. It was one of them out the hanging baskets, a trailing one, but it seemed to come back, so I've saved it and just put it in a pot. I've got a few more dahlias. Now look at this sorry state of a thing. This is the fountain, spelt fountain, but I suppose we all say fountain. It's got plenty of flowers, but I don't know whether they've took because of all this rain. They stood in a lot of water at the minute. I've got to come and empty this out, but they've got quite a lot of tomatoes and they're just starting to change colour, so these should be going red. But it's the leaves aren't happy. It keeps getting scorched when the sun comes out, and I don't know whether it likes all the rain either, because all this lot's looking really bad. But we're just leaving it and we'll get what we get off it. These got scorched the other day on Saturday when I was out. It was really hot and I wasn't here to come moving the shade things. But oh dear, this one's fell down. It needs a, you need a stake all of a sudden. I'll have to sort you. These are my spares, so I don't know what they are. They haven't got no labels, so they're doing all right. So I'll go and get a stake for you. My Lady Di is starting to go mad. Shall we go in the tunnel now? We had a slight disaster with one plant while I was out on Saturday. The sun got really hot about dinner time where we were. It was absolutely baking, and there was nobody here to move the shading about, so we lost all the leaves on one of my 42-day plants, tomato plants, but there's a lot of tomatoes on them and they're starting to turn, so it's not a problem really. I've got plenty of tomato plants, no problem. Right, let's get in here. This is a 42-day plant. This one's doing better, doesn't get quite as much blazing sun, even though it has got curly leaves. There's loads of flowers on it. Keep coming and shaking them. So that one's doing all right. This one you can see got scorched again with the sun, but this sorry state of affairs is my other 42 day, and if you can see, it's not got any leaves on, and the last of the ones with flowers are really, I mean, they've had it. I could do with pulling them off. I pulled all the leaves off, same as these. Look, all these flowers, these were all flowering and they've had it, but it's got quite a few tomatoes on it, and you can see they're starting to turn. So we're only just into June, and I reckon by the end of June I'll have red tomatoes, so that's the first. There's two other plants. This one dried out completely while I was out. You can see the state of it, and I watered it and it has come back, but you can see every single leaf that got scorched. I'm going to move this outside. I've ordered another hanging bracket to put on the fence, so because I've got no room anywhere else, so it might do a bit better outside. But it's quite big, it's massive, and it has got a lot of tomatoes on it. So this one, this looks doing well. Don't think I've missed any side shoot, so I have. Look at that. That side shoot. I side shooted these yesterday. And here we go again with the weirdness of like putting a growing shoot on the end of where the flowers are. Oh, and you can see another side shoot, and that, well, that's turned itself into a new leader, like a new branch from what should have just been a flower set. We had this the other year. Nothing surprises me anymore with tomatoes. They do all sorts. So this is Florentine. I think it's a big tomato plant. Tomato. Oh look, there's a tomato on it. There we are. Right, don't know whether we can get in to see any more. This one's got a lot. Look at that. I keep pulling side shoots out of that join and they keep growing again. This one is a Gigantimo. Oops, I banged my head on the hanging basket. You'll have to excuse me ooching and ouching. I'm going to keep banging myself. This one is Chocolate Cherry Vine. So, got a nice tomato coming on that. This one, it's got a few burnt leaves, look. I've got to do something about this shading. It's not adequate when the sun really comes out. You can see we have flowers coming. These keep getting attacked by whitefly in here. I don't know whether there's a few that's starting to come as peppers. Some of these flowers. Loads of flowers. Something's been munching on that one. I don't know whether that's a slug. I'll have to investigate. Well, the lettuce is still doing well. We keep taking cuttings off it. This one's a bit, I think it's trying to go to seed, but I keep cutting the seed pods off and it keeps coming for leaves. We go over here, we have fruit on the squash, which, find it, oh, this one, the label has actually come off. Can't find the label. There's nothing on this label, it's fell off. Found it. See, the label has come off. These short sticks seem to be shiny, it's very slippery, and the labels won't stay on them. The others I had, which was really long, you can't even get the labels off them once you've stuck them on. So always something, isn't it? Always something. Anyway, let me stick that back in there. The one I've just been showing you is called, let me just check, I have just read it, Buffy Ball. So let's go back down to it. So there we are. We have a Buffy Ball and another one come in there. Let's just stick that round it so it don't blow away this time. Let's move over here. This one is, it's not a patty pan, it's a squash scallop, which is very similar to a patty pan. And across we have a crook neck. Well, I think this is a patty pan. That way. There we are. That's a patty pan. I'm sure that's a patty pan, which looks identical, nearly identical to the other one. This is a courgette, type of courgette, and it is called trombonico, something like that. I don't know whether it's got any. Yes, it has, look. So they come with a big bulb on the end, so it's just like a fancy courgette. So I'm growing that one up this trellis. These are not looking very happy, but these are the yard-long beans, but they're not very clever. All this rain, 2 weeks of rain, has really not done them any good. And I have shoved a few seeds in round them, some different beans I found that I'd saved from last year, just in case I lose them. Don't help that Mrs. Blackbird keeps digging. There's a hole there. That's Mrs. Blackbird. She keeps digging after the worms. It's a pain. Now, some of these aren't looking very good, and some are all right. These are Lazy Housewife. So if you just get a bit of nice sun, these should pick up. See, this one's not. Bottom leaves aren't very clever, but the top leaves are all right. These are my Borlotti. I come and sprayed these. We've had infestation of whitefly this year. So they're my Borlotti, they're doing fine. This is another one of them trombone ones. I'm just going to call them trombone because I can't say the proper name, but it's looking fine. This sorry looking thing that's about dead, it's got one or two little, might come back, is my Ukiri Curie, but never mind. Can't win them all. More crookneck. This looks like another patty pan. And if I step over here, this is the Rollo, but the slugs had a little bit of a feast on it, and that one is going all the way out there, and we'll be going off of this bed to explore, along with another one of these. Ouch, that's prickly. Another one of these. This one don't seem to be doing very good. It seems to have stopped, but where is it? This second one, there's another one going out there, is a Ukiri Curie, I think. No, it's not. It's Turk's Turban, sorry. I think there's another Turk's Turban over there. They're all intertwined. So if we look in here, there is all other different types of squash, just normal courgettes, crooknecks, yellow, green, all the way down there, and they're doing really well. Beetroot, lots of different varieties, and you can see the difference in the different varieties. Oh, we've got an nasturtium. That's from last year. That seed must have still been left in. Look, there we are. And you can see different varieties are doing. That side over there is a different variety. Are doing better than others. And we have more spring onions. And if we come up here, you can see we have some red currants doing well. And back down to the lilies. The lilies not be long before they're flowering. Some nice buds on them. Before I go in the tunnel, I thought I'd just show you my grapevine. If you can see, this one's doing really well. It was struggling a bit earlier on, but we now have grapes. That one down there. I've ordered a tape gun that everybody else seems to be getting, which I'm not going to use on my tomatoes, but I'm going to use it, oops, sorry, for my grapevines, because I think it'll be a lot easier to come in here and tape them up. And if you can see, I got some grapes. There we are, doing well. So if anything, this bit of wet weather has done the grapes good. It's got some water down into the ground, saving me having to keep trying to water them. I've fed them as well, and they're ready for tying up again. I don't think we're really needing to do any pruning yet. It's not seemed to have grown anything extra that I don't want. The leaders will be stopped when they get to the top up there, and then, like I explained in my last video, it's these side shoots off this stem that will bear the fruit every year. Because I did explain I was going to do it as a cordon, but then I decided that I would do it in a stem system. So that is the cordon and this is the stem, and then when I prune after I've got the grapes in the winter, when it's all gone hard like that, I'll prune back to there. Look, 1, 2, you could class that as one. You might get one from there, but I think that's a node. But anyway, I'll prune back to there, so this will keep getting big and thick, and the shoots will keep coming from just this section. And every year I'll prune back to that bit, and take off any extra ones that I don't want. And this one is my leader, which will be stopped when it gets to as high as I want. But I'll have to have the step ladder. But I wanted to fill. I'll step back a bit. Hang on, let me step back a bit. That's, you know, just fall over, Tina. All this area here, I want to fill, so you can't see this garage. I've put a new one in here, which I'm going to start again. Put a new one in here, which I'm going to train up and across there. Not quite so high. I think I'm going to train it across about there, and then do it as a cordon, and the grapes will come off it upwards. That is the idea. This is my Loganberry. That's doing well this year. I thought I'd killed it last year with all that heat. I thought it had died. I've got some fuchsias coming back. They're looking all right. Oh dear, I think we've got things falling over. We've got a falling over. That wasn't falling over when I peeped in this morning. So I need to go and find some things to tie things up. Right. These are Gigantimo. No, they're not. They're Bear Claw. Tell a lie. They're not. They've got some side shoots on. Can you just sit there? No, he says. I want to fall over. So these are spare ones as well. Doing fine. They seem to do better in here than they did. They do in the other tunnel. I think it's this. It lets the light in, but it kind of diffuses that like burning hot sun. And I've just spotted something. Oh, I'm excited! Excited about a first tomato. Well, even though I have got tomatoes on my 42-day plant, but excited about this tomato that I didn't even know was there. Right, let's go and look. Look at that! So, I reckon that's a brandy wine. Look at that, that's definitely got purple on that. Shake this plant a bit more. So, oh look, they look like, they're that, oh, I know what that one is. No, I don't, it says tomato, yes I do. Florentine, anyway. There we are. I didn't know these had got, oh, I've just trod on the tomato that's fell over again. I need to get in here and do some side shooting. I want to show you my pineapple lily. I've got two last year. I bought one and then I had that for a couple of years, and then a second one appeared at the side of it. So there should be two this year. Hopefully there's more, but should be. So let's go and show you, if I can get in here, my pineapple lilies. Oh look, 1, 2, 3, 4. They need a bit of weeding. Get that. And this is, I can't remember what this is. There is a label somewhere. I bought it on holiday. It's down here. I can't get the label. I can't get the label. That tells you where I bought it from. Must be on the back what it's called. Right, I'll put it up across the screen because I can't get to it. But I'm so pleased. I saw some at Chatsworth and I was tempted to buy some more, but I wanted to look for some red ones. I don't know where I saw them. I think I might have seen them on television, and I've never seen any since anywhere. And all the bulbs were the same ones as these, or one that was a smidgen slightly different colour. These are like a more whitey coloured one. Oh, you're pretty. Right, let me just get out of here without hurting myself. Oh, I'm going to show you this before we go. Look at that. That's very pretty. Another one of my calla lilies.